The rise and silence of Sycamore. Intro. Google's Sycamore quantum chip was never just a technological experiment. It was a promise. A promise to change everything we thought we knew about computing, physics, and reality itself. It had the power to solve problems in minutes that even the most powerful classical supercomputers would need thousands of years to crack. Sycamore wasn't just faster, it was operating in an entirely different dimension of possibility. This chip, according to Google, could one day simulate the universe, understand the human brain, and possibly even unlock the nature of consciousness. And for a brief moment, it looked like it might succeed. The breakthrough. In October 2019, Google officially announced Sycamore had achieved quantum supremacy, a state where a quantum processor can outperform the best classical systems on Earth at a specific task. It was a stunning accomplishment. Overnight, it felt like we had entered a new scientific era. Suddenly, the dream of unbreakable cryptography, perfect AI, and a new understanding of time and space didn't feel like science fiction anymore. Researchers were ecstatic. The initial data aligned with theoretical models. The chip was performing beautifully. Quantum mechanics, long considered a mysterious and often contradictory theory, was finally being turned into functional, usable power. For the first time, we could compute across multiple probabilities at once, rather than one possibility at a time. It was like switching from a flashlight to a supernova. The first signs of trouble, but then, something shifted. At first, it was subtle. The chip began producing results that didn't line up with expectations. Some calculations were slightly off. Others couldn't be verified at all. Researchers assumed it was a minor calibration issue. A hardware bug. Maybe even a power fluctuation. But the anomalies didn't stop. They got weirder. The Sycamore chip began generating data that no one had predicted, even in the most far-reaching models of quantum behavior. It wasn't just noise or static. It had structure. It had repetition. And it had patterns. The symbols. Then, it got even stranger. Advanced AI systems began analyzing the anomalies in the output stream. That's when something chilling was discovered. The quantum data contained what appeared to be symbol characters not found in modern programming languages or machine code. Some of these resembled markings from ancient civilizations: Sumerian cuneiform, Egyptian hieroglyphs, even early Indus Valley symbols. To many, this seemed impossible. How could a quantum processor designed by modern scientists and built with silicon, superconductors, and logic gates produce data resembling prehistoric language systems? Coincidence? Pattern recognition run amok? Or was the Sycamore chip attempting to communicate? Enter Michio Kaku. That's when Google called in one of the most brilliant theoretical physicists alive today, Dr. Michio Kaku. Known for his work on string theory and the future of technology, Kaku expected to examine quantum irregularities, perhaps something that challenged modern models of computation. But what he found left him visibly shaken. "I've spent my entire career exploring the frontiers of science," Kaku later said. "But what I saw inside Google's lab has made me question everything I thought I understood about the universe." He refused to go into detail, but insiders say Kaku reviewed the data logs and immediately requested private time with Google executives. Something about the symbols, the structure of the quantum output, deeply unsettled him. Then, suddenly, everything stopped. The shutdown. Google shut down the Sycamore project. Not paused it. Not redirected it. Not announced a next phase. They terminated it. Access to the data was revoked. Researchers were reassigned. Internal communications went silent. No statement. No scientific paper. No explanation. What did Sycamore discover? The final message. Right before Google shut it down, Sycamore released a final stream of data. To those in the room, it was immediately clear. This wasn't just output, it was something different. It didn't resemble any known code, algorithm, or logical pattern. Instead, it appeared to contain structured complexity, symbols, mathematical forms, and sequences that no one could explain. Some described it as a message, others called it a warning. Whatever it was, it didn't come from randomness. It looked intentional. And that was enough to trigger Google's sudden and complete shutdown of the project. Contact or collision? Quantum computers don't work like traditional ones. They don't just calculate, they interact with the fundamental nature of reality. Particles, superpositions, entanglement, these are the building blocks of existence. And Sycamore was operating deep within them. Some theorists now suggest that Sycamore may have inadvertently accessed something not from outer space, but from beyond our space-time. Something embedded in the quantum layer of the universe. An ancient pattern, a structure, or maybe even a kind of intelligence. Not artificial. Not biological. But something else entirely. Too dangerous to reveal? If the Sycamore chip really accessed this unknown layer, if it made contact, or triggered a response, then why hasn't the world been told? The answer may be simple. Because the truth would shake everything. If it proved we live in a simulation, if it showed our universe is just one layer in a multiverse, if it revealed that consciousness exists beyond biology, the world as we know it would change forever. Some think we're being protected from dangerous knowledge. Others believe we're being kept in the dark. Either way, Google didn't pause the project. They buried it. The silencing after Sycamore's shutdown, internal records disappeared. Research teams were dismantled. Conversations stopped. Employees were reassigned without explanation. Some left entirely. Others were bound by strict non-disclosure agreements. Several scientists who had worked closely with the quantum anomalies vanished from public view. No papers. No interviews. Nothing. It wasn't just a shutdown. It was a silencing. Michio Kaku's final words when asked again about the data he reviewed, Dr. Michio Kaku said very little. But what he did say has haunted researchers ever since. Quantum technology may be opening doors we were never meant to open. He refused to elaborate. No further statements. Only silence. The unanswered questions, so now we're left with chilling questions. What did Sycamore really uncover? Was it a scientific breakthrough? Or did it stumble into a hidden layer of existence? A cosmic structure or consciousness that's been here all along, just waiting to be discovered? And more importantly, why was it shut down so fast? If it was harmless, why hide it? If it was nonsense, why silence the scientists? Unless, it wasn't nonsense. And it wasn't harmless. Conclusion: Google's Sycamore chip was built to explore the future of computing. But in doing so, it may have cracked open a doorway not just to faster processing, but to something ancient, unseen, and perhaps, unknowable. And now, the truth is buried. Locked away in corporate servers beyond public reach. But the questions remain. What did they find? And who or what answered back? Outro. So what do you think happened inside Google's secretive lab? Was it just a software glitch? Or did we cross a boundary we were never meant to approach? Let us know in the comments below. And if you believe this mystery is far from over, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because the truth isn't gone. It's just waiting to be found.